scientists worked at the Mamun Academy. They devoted their lives to science, and their legacy was the heritage not only of one nation or people, but of all mankind. If there had been no such great scientists at the East, the understanding of the world would have been interrupted, and discoveries in medicine, space exploration, nanotechnologies, nuclear energy, and bioengineering would not have taken place. Al-Biruni was born in 973 in Khwarezm. The works of Al-Biruni mainly focused on astronomy, mathematics, mathematical geography, and geodesy. Biruni was also the first person to develop a classification system for minerals and formed the basis of geodesy. He headed the Khwarezm Mamun Academy for many years. Biruni was the first person in the East to make a globe of the Earth 5 square meters in diameter, to calculate the Earth's radius, and to predict the existence of America 500 years before Columbus. No wonder natural science historians all the world over call the 11th century the century of Biruni. A small planet, discovered in the solar system in 1986, was named after him. Abu Ali ibn Sinan was born in Bukhara in 980. He became famous as a greatly talented doctor after he cured the ruler of Bukhara from a serious disease. In the West, he was known as Avicenna. He justly earned the title of the most famous philosopher, polymath, and one of the greatest masterminds of mankind. He wrote over 450 works devoted to medicine and philosophy, logic, chemistry, physics, astronomy, mathematics, music, literature, and linguistics. His canon of medicine became the foundation for practical pharmacology and medicine, which have not lost their relevance in our days. No wonder this book was one of the first published in Europe in the 15th century. It was used to teach students of medicine at leading European universities for almost 500 years. Abu Nasr ibn Iraq was born in 960. Ibn Iraq was the founder of spherical trigonometry. He was the first to phrase and establish the flat and spherical sine theorems, and he also prepared a guide for the construction of the astrolabe and its use in astronomical observations. An original Khwarezmian, he became famous as the greatest mathematician and astronomer of his day. Ibn Iraq participated in the development of the heritage of Greek scientists and the translation of ancient essays into Arabic. Abu Nasr ibn Iraq, who was called the mathematician of all mathematicians, received the honorary title of the second Ptolemy for his works of astronomy. Abu Sakh al-Masihi was a great medical scientist and philosopher. He was born in 971. In 995, Abu Sakh al-Masihi arrived at the Mamun Academy in Khwarezm and became famous for his practical work in medicine. In addition to medicine, he specialized in astronomy, mathematics, and philosophy. He was also fond of poetry and wrote verse. Abu Sakh al-Masihi is the author of a work fundamental to that time, 100 issues in the art of medicine. Abu Khair ibn Khamar was a famous Eastern centenarian and tabib, or healer. He was born in 942 and died when he was 106 years old. At a mature age, he was invited to Khwarezm, where he was an archaeator, chief physician to Shah Mamun ibn Muhammad of Khwarezm. Abu Khair ibn Hamad was the author of several outstanding treatises on medicine. They included the testing of doctors, human organ morphology, a treatise on fainting sickness, and on the nutrition of the elderly. The philologist Abdul Malik al-Sa'alibi was born in 961. His main work, The Pearl of the Century, is an anthology of the writings of previous generations of Arabic authors. Mansur al-Sa'alibi is known for his academic works on history, philosophy, literature, logic, and the Arabic language. His essay, The Only Pearl About Virtuous People of the Time, provides information about more than 120 scientists, writers, and state figures from Central Asia and Khwarezm. Ibn Miskawayh, the famous historian, philosopher, and writer, was born in 932. In addition to ethics, his works were devoted to medicine, alchemy, physics, politics, and history. He wrote in Arabic and Persian. The main sources for his essays were Plato's The Republic, Aristotle's The Categories and the Nicomachean Ethics, and Plotinus's The Enneads. Russian historians were particularly interested in Ibn Miskawayh's story about the campaign of the Russians in Gerda in 943 to 944. The Mamun Academy existed from 1004 to 1017 and was one of the most dazzling pages in the history of Uzbekistan. The scientific, cultural and spiritual heritage of our people is rich with the great achievements of scientists, masterminds, philosophers, theologians, and poets. They significantly contributed to the development of global civilization for the benefit of humanity. It is not by chance that the motto of the Mamun Academy was "Science for the good of the people."